to my channel. This is Dave and Sports Convo. Please like, share, and subscribe. And most of all, enjoy the video.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy for you all to tune in and check out my latest podcast episode, number 8, as I break down the Lions' upcoming regular season schedule. All right, let's kick this off. Week 1, home for the Rams. They have become our conference rivals ever since the Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff trade. I just want to say we better give Stafford a tribute video when he comes to town, okay? He's one of the best Lions of all time, all right? That's why I have him on the wall. And all this Matthew Stafford disrespect got to go. It's got to go. You're driving me crazy, Lions fans. Anyone that's a Matthew Stafford hater, you are not a friend of mine. I have a lot of friends. Better be a tribute video, all right? Better be. No booing either. Anyone that boos, you're a piece of work, all right? And call me up. We'll talk this out, all right? Now, moving on. I believe that's going to be a win, by the way. On Sunday Night Football, woo, woo, woo. That's how you start the season, be on prime time, because everyone in the national media wants to see you, national audience. Let's go. NBC knows what's up. They know how to pick games, all right? Now, week 2, home versus Tampa Bay. It's going to be a tough game. I know people probably not like, hey, last year in the playoffs, they almost beat us. Hey, pretty close. We did come off with the win, but it was a little too close to call. I was also there for last year when we beat them in the regular season. That was also a close game. A lot of injuries. And a big thing, this is going to be Carlton Davis's revenge game against his former team. Let's hope he kicks it off. Let's see what he does with the Mike Evans matchup. Or we're going to have Terran Arnold as our number 1. We'll see. I think Carlton Davis will be our number 1. A lot of people are trying to fight off against that. But I think to rein in our rookies and all that stuff, I think he'll be number 1 for a bit. See how that goes. Especially he's in a prove-it year. I think he's going to do his best for that next contract. So now moving on. I believe that's going to be a win. Week 3 at Arizona. Kyle Murray, if he's going to be healthy, that's going to be a tough game, everybody. Tough game. Yeah, I'm scared Kyle Murray. I know a lot of people aren't, but definitely that is a cat that I don't like particularly going up against. Especially our team is not the best against dual threat quarterbacks. I do believe we're going to have the win just because I believe our offense will generate more points on the board than their offense. And I think both defenses are suspect. But it's an interesting game. That all of my wins and losses that I wrote down on here, that was my hardest one. I wrote win because I'm a homer. We'll see how that goes. I'm worried. Now, week 4, home against the Seattle Seahawks on Monday Night Football. Let's go on ESPN. Big primetime game. Now, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this. Now, we haven't beat the Seahawks since 2012. We haven't won the last 6 games or 6 matchups against them. So the odds are in our favor. They got a new head coach. Maybe, there's a different time. Pete Carroll had our number. Pete Carroll owned the Lions. So I'm hoping for a different outcome. I'm hoping we could come out on top. I wrote win. This is the first time we beat the Seahawks since 2012. My prediction. Let's go. Now, we have the earliest bye week out of a lot of teams, which is annoying. Very annoying. Because we're going to have a huge stretch after this. And it's a little too early to have it then. That's kind of messed up in my opinion. So, moving on. Week 6, right after the bye, we are at Dallas. My bad. AT&T Stadium. Jerry Jones. His lovely team of the Cowboys. I just want to say we're going to get the win. We got robbed last year. We should have been victors in that game and had the number 1 seed locked up beating the Cowboys. But, they had to keep that home record of being undefeated. But we should have won that game. Now, I'm asking Sheila Hamp for, and I feel bad asking this, but you got to actually try to bribe the refs. Jerry Jones is, obviously, based on the last year's outcome and results. Like, you got to throw your hand in to throw some bucks, maybe whatever charity donation those refs like. I don't know. You don't have to go like how Jerry Jones did. And there's no proof I got on it. I just, based on the play calling or the penalty flags and how they're thrown and how the outcome of the game came out, there had to be some bribery in there. There had to be. No bits about it. Nothing. Nothing a doubt in my mind. No bits about it. Whew. Moving on to the next stretch here. All right, we're going to get that win. So far, based on my whole results here, we are undefeated. We're going to be 5-0. Talk about being a homer. So we'll see. Hopefully we are. So week 7, this is where I wrote my first loss. I believe no matter what, when we play our division rivals / opponents, we're going to go 1-1 for each of them. The Bears, the Vikings, and the Packers. I think we're going to go 1 for 1 each time. Now, we do need one of those teams we do need to be undefeated on to really separate in the division rankings to win the division. But I think this year all the teams are going to put up a fight against each other, and it's going to be a madhouse in the black and blue division. Also, it'll be the first time we play against J.J. McCarthy. Let's see how that goes. I'm always rooting for the best for the former Michigan quarterback. And we'll see. So that'll be our first loss of the season in week 7. I believe we're going to lose to the rookie. We don't do usually that great against rookie quarterbacks. We'll see how Aaron Glenn, maybe he can set a standard because he's also in an improve-it year in a sense. As a defensive coordinator, maybe he can separate and actually beat a rookie quarterback. We'll see. Now, week 8 versus the Titans. We're going to get the win. All right, I don't have much faith in that organization. I think it's a dumpster fire. No Hunter Henry. Let's go. I don't see. I'll be blown away. They beat us. Blown away. Now, week 9 at the Packers. We're going to get a win the first time we meet up against them. Big game. Big game for the division. We got to win it. Got to. But it's going to be our toughest division rival is going to be the Packers this year based on last year's results. And, of course, it's a new year, new teams, everything like that, fresh coat. But based on what the Packers have assembled as a talent base and the results of last year, that's going to be our toughest opponent. And I believe we're going to come out with the win at Green Bay. Now, moving on to week 10, we got the Texans at Sunday Night Football at Houston. Let's go. Second game for NBC for us. Let's rock it. National media, thank you. I believe we are going to lose. CJ Stroud is a monster. Until proven otherwise, it'll be the first time we go against him. So we'll see. I think that team, I also like Anderson on the defensive end. Stingley hasn't developed what he is, but I think he'll get better. I'm scared of the Texans. I really am. With the Stephon Diggs addition, their receivers will definitely eat up our corner play. And the whole addition of Joe Mixon, Texans are on the way up, man. They're scary. So now moving on, week 11. I believe we're going to get the win versus the Jags. Let's go. At home. Sorry, Jags fans. The Lions are winning and going to beat you up in terms of the Big Cat rivalry. All right? There ain't no other Big Cat out there other than the Lions. All right? Not to get distracted. Now, my favorite thing about this game is the rookies. Terrion Arnold going up against Brian Thomas. They had their own little rivalry of LSU and Alabama back in college. Now they continue on into the pros. I wish they were in the same division. I wish Brian Thomas went to a different team, but that's okay. That's going to be a great matchup, and I'm very excited to see that continue on. Now, for week 12, we are at the Indianapolis Colts. I believe we're going to get the win. First time playing Anthony Richardson. Let's see how our team fares against a dual threat quarterback of that nature. He's a baller. Former Gator. Look out. If he stays healthy, that's a dangerous team. But I believe we're going to come out with the win. Now, week 13, we got Thanksgiving. Now, we haven't won Thanksgiving in a very long time. So until they prove it to me, I'm going to always write loss as my prediction until the Lions prove it to me. And that sucks because we're playing the Bears for the first time of the season. First time we see Caleb Williams in action. And that's the thing. We're going to be home. And I just think we're going to lose. We haven't won a turkey game in a long time. And it's sad because we should win those. Especially the fan turnout each game. Woo! All right. Now, the final stretch. Let's do this. Week 14. Home for the Packers again. Second time we play them, of course, on Thursday Night Football on Prime. Let's go. We are going to have a loss. So, like I say here, we're going to have back-to-back losses to division opponents. That's going to be a rough stretch, but if the line's proven wrong, then we are definitely going to win the division. So, I think, we're going to go 1-1 against the Packers. It's going to be tough. The matchups, definitely with Jaire Alexander on St. Brown, has definitely shown, even though St. Brown had a nice touchdown against them last time they played. I'm just very worried about the Packers, and they do scare me. Now, moving on, Week 15, home versus the Buffalo Bills. I believe we're going to have a loss, unfortunately. Now, this is a revenge game of the previous Turkey Day loss. Josh Allen is amazing. He's going to be very hard to stop. I definitely don't think we have the horses to keep up, even though this is like the worst Buffalo Bills team assembled, in my opinion. We'll see how it goes. Now, moving on. We got Week 16 back for the Bears. We are going to win. This is the playoff push time. Let's go. We're going to beat the Bears here. This is where we go 1-1. Whoop them, because then we know how to play Caleb Williams, and then we will whoop them. All right? Aaron Glenn's going to have the schematics down. Aiden Hutchinson's going to get racked up on the sacks. Let's do this. Win. Now, 17. This is my other hardest decision of my predictions for the season. We're playing the 49ers. This is a conference championship rematch, and it's crazy we're doing it in Week 17. Woo! That's a hard part of the schedule to do that in, or at least time of the year. That's a tough game, and then that sets up to see if we're going to win, like do a playoff run like we did last year, or win the Super Bowl. It's based on how we do against the Niners that week in 17. And we probably have to play them again. So that's tough. That is tough. 49ers are dangerous. Dangerous. Very scary. Now, Week 18 to close out the season. So happy for this. Week 18 home versus the Vikings. JJ is coming home. Again, he played for the Wolverines, so it's Ann Arbor, but he's going to play in Michigan. I'm sure there's going to be a big crowd turnout to see him play in Michigan again. Yeah, we're going to win it. We're going to spoil that homecoming. And, so then my final, after that breakdown of the schedule of all 18 games, we're going to go 12-5. A lot of you that you're like, whoa, that's not good enough to win a division. We'll see how our other division opponents, what their record is. But this is a tough year, man. This is a tough schedule. There's a couple other spots I could have wrote losses. Against the Cardinals, against the 49ers, I was very close to writing L's. But then we would have been, if I added another 2 on there, we'd be 10-7. Whew. So this is tough, man. And the ones I wrote losses for, I definitely could see happening. So we'll see. But that is my breakdown of the upcoming schedule for the Detroit Lions. Thank you all for hearing me out on this. Next week, I will actually start breaking down teams' off seasons and draft classes. I'm going to go alphabetical order. So, who's first? Let me guess. Arizona Cardinals? Maybe. Based on state or based on team alphabetical order? Tune in to find out. All right? But, So then because we have a long time before the season to go. So I'm going to start breaking down each team, fair shot, to give a full evaluation of what they've done, what the expectation is, how the draft class will be incorporated into the roster and depth chart. A lot of big things. Well, hey, thank you all for tuning in. Definitely check me out next Friday, same time as now, 6 p.m. And hey, I appreciate you all watching this. Thank you all again for your time.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I had a great time doing it. Thanks for your time watching, and please don't hesitate to like, share, and subscribe. I also have a Instagram account at David Sports Convo. I also have a Twitch stream with David SC, and then I have a Patreon account, David Sports Convo. check it all out for all of each platform with its own exclusive content, doing everything related to this amazing sports world that we live in. Thank you all again for your time, and have a wonderful day.